Well, as you can probably see behind me, I've completed my library. I haven't put anything in it yet because I'm still waiting on some morally dubious experiments to work, and I've gotten the preparation of my library complete anyways. I don't exactly know what I'm going to store here yet, because most of everything is on my spellbook or in my, in my focuses and such. As you can see, I put my dragon egg right here. I've got some slate in the floor, making it look nice and nice. And also nice. I've covered the roof in glass and it's not a perfect dome. It's actually just a straight incline, but it's circular. It's not perfectly circular either. It's more like a square. It's not on the 90 degrees, but anyways, I got that done. I don't think I'm gonna add anything else here. I like my little pavilion shape. I just need to put an Akashic record up there in the top. Other than that, I think we're good to just continue along. It's nighttime. It looks like looks like I'm currently dying. That's unfortunate. For whatever reason, I don't know why this keeps happening, but she keeps registering her bed, which is right there, as accessible through this block, which, even though it is right there, it is not accessible through this block. Stop trying to go through the wall. And I've also got myself an artifact here, which I already filled, to my knowledge. No, actually I didn't fill that. I think that's what we're gonna do next. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chuck that in the corner. I've got my spell, this, and turn it over and make myself an artifact. And what this will do is flay the mind of any individual I want to. So I will make sure to rename this. Let me hurry up and grab myself the location of my future Akashic library. Now we got to take you a little bit away from the rest of them, just so that in case this gets me permanent undoable damage, I'm gonna have to, hope that nobody really knows this is happening. Got my location, got my library, got my master librarian, and eesh. Well, I suppose that it's worked. And I'm not able to do anything else with this guy. Let me go take care of him real quick. And we just... Okay. And we'll just leave him there. I guess I'll have to spend some time in my library just, filling it out and getting everything that I need completed, I think that'll work. And all I have to do is just commit a few more basic atrocities. You, ma'am, are uncool and cringe. Okay? Uncool and cringe. As are you for not subscribing. Man, these guys are taking a beating. What is the problem with you? Where's wife? Of course, she's in the wall. I don't know what you want me to do. I know. I put him in the lake, okay? He's gone. You don't have to worry about it, okay? Nobody will ever have to know. Luckily, because of my extensive knowledge of hexcasting, I know of a way to make it so that I can put elements such as entity names and location data into a workable field inside trinkets and artifacts and such, where normally they would not be workable because the trinket is expecting you to have a symbol, and of course a position is not a symbol. So, I think what I can do here is I can make a spell that adds things to my library so that I don't have to worry about doing it every single time, and I can put that on a trinket. I already have a trinket at home that is waiting for me to put something on it. And I think this could be the perfect thing that we could put on it. So let's just go ahead and get started. So first thing that we need to do is get ourselves the location that we want. Next thing that we'd like to do is get ourselves a list with an introspection inside of it. And I'm just going to swap these around, and I'm going to put my location into the list. Next thing that I need to do is I need to get myself a retrospection, and I need to get myself a Phlox disintegration, and I can verify that at a later point. And I think this is actually all we need. So if I just write that to my spellbook, I now have this set in the exact same way, and if I test it, I get my location data onto the stack where we need it, and everything works exactly as it's supposed to. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that sequence that I made earlier where I can get the location data to the stack. Next thing that I'm going to do here, we're going to get an entity on the ground, then we're going to read the entity, which is done by... So what we should have there is the iota that we wish to see as our spell. Then what we need to do is read the spell from our offhand. Then what we need to do is we need to write all of this information to the Akashic library. Perfect. And then we're going to make a trinket out of it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to drop... I've already got a trinket named, ready to go, but I've got my amethyst... Excuse you. Got my amethyst, got my spell, and I need to put my trinket in my offhand. And what I can do is I can just drop that on the floor, grab my spell, and if everything works correctly, I should just be able to click that, and yeah, it works. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a bunch of these spells, and we'll just get along with that. There we go. So now every time I reference that spell, if I ever reference it from my Akashic library, I can just pull the spell here, and I just have to know it's 7. I don't have a way of displaying these as they're written, unfortunately. I don't think there's any way of doing that. If you know, with the scroll papers, if you put them on a wall and you click them with an amethyst dust, then you can see the exact pattern that they have written out. But I'm not able to do that here, and I don't think I have the capability of doing that. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm gonna go ahead and fill this out with just a bunch of useful stuff, and I'll get back to you guys in a little bit.